myself. Okay, I'm an ethical hacker and CH certified and ECSA and all. And second thing is I work for forensic departments in Bangalore. I work for Marthalli Police Department, and in Hyderabad I work for Rachakunda and Cyberabad crime departments. And I have my own company and I work for 12 different companies. I work for US, UK, Australia, and I work for United Nations and IIM Bangalore, and I have trained more than 6,500 students till now. And that too, there are faculties whom I have trained in IITs and NITs, 30 different colleges and university faculties I have trained in cybersecurity. So this is a short introduction about myself. Okay, and I have secured many organizations' applications, and many organizations have acknowledged my work in this web penetration testing, and I handle projects of this web penetration testing. And I work as a product manager, and right now I am CEO of ER segment. All right, so this is my short introduction. So I hope I can give you good amount of knowledge in this course. So I'll get you through this course, and okay. So this is the overall course view. Okay, the course content outline. This is just an outline. In depth, there are more concepts for each and every module. So I don't want to confuse you by getting into this much big modules. So first, I'll just show you the course outline and explain you what we are going to get in, what we are going to learn in this cybersecurity and ethical hacking. Okay, so what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is nothing but any device which is connected to network, and we providing security for that is a cybersecurity. All right. So any device which is connected to network, we are talking about network in here. So without network, there is no cybersecurity or ethical hacking. Networking is a heart of cybersecurity and ethical hacking. So without networking, if you are, for example, you are a developer and you are writing some hacking tools and all. Okay. So without networking knowledge, even though you know programming, you will not get programming knowledge, like programming logic. Okay. Without programming logic, even though you know programming, you can't write a program. So in here, you don't need much of a program, but I'm just giving you an example why network is necessary for ethical hacking and cybersecurity specialist. Okay, so in this networking, we'll have all kinds of concepts like types of network topologies, OSM model, subnet masking, IP, SMAC, DHCP, etc., DNS, etc. All the concepts of networking will be done. Okay, so my thing is, if you want to learn ethical hacking or cybersecurity, that means if you are getting inside ethical hacking or cybersecurity, you will be cracking inside a system. That means you'll be hacking inside a system, or hacking inside a network, or hacking inside an application, or you'll be securing a system, securing an application, securing a system. Okay, securing an application. So if you want to hack or secure, a system or network or an application, you need to know what that network is, what that system is, what that application is. Okay, without knowing what network is, what system is, what application is, you can't get inside ethical hacking and cybersecurity. That is a basic logic which many people miss it. Do you know India needs 77,000 ethical hackers per year, but it is only able to produce 15,000 members. Okay, so what is the reason behind it? Why is it only able to produce 15,000? Don't we have more than 15,000 ethical hackers in here? Yeah, we do have. We do have lakhs of people who will be coming out of every year. They'll be coming as an ethical hackers. But the thing is, only 15,000 members are meeting up to organization expectancy. What happened to remaining people? Remaining people, they directly see some YouTube videos or Udemy courses or something, and they get half knowledge and they get into industry, and they'll not meet up to organization expectancy. Okay, if you want to get proper, if you want to get into organizations, so you have to meet their expectancy. That is only if you cover all the basics, and if you're strong in your basics, then that will be more than enough. Actually, they expect you to be good in basics. So if you have basics very strong, advanced topics are piece of cake for you guys. Okay, so that is why we have to concentrate from the basic, from the scratch, where the internet started, where this cyber security started, from which year and who started it, what was the first antivirus. All these concepts we have to know, so that it will be easier for us to move forward into advanced topics. So after completing this internet, networking and system basics and all, we are then going to get inside ethical hacking. Okay, there are 20 modules in ethical hacking. That is in CEH, Certified Ethical Hacking, we have 20 modules. Okay, the EC Council course. So this is the CEH course, 20 modules, where any training institutions out there, if you are looking forward for ethical hacking, they'll be going through this 20 modules itself. They'll not cover, in CEH, they'll not cover networking. Okay. So, these 20 modules will be covered by any training institutes out there if you're looking forward for ethical hacking. But the thing is, in here, we are going to do hacking on live websites, and mostly it is going to be practical in our scenario. And also, we are not going to stop in CH. Okay, we are going to get inside OWASP Top 10 too. That is Open Web Application Security Project. So first, let me get you through the CH course, and then let's see the OWASP Top 10 too. So first, in introduction to ethical hacking, we are going to see who are ethical hackers, like who is hiring ethical hackers, what are the job roles available for ethical hackers, everything we are going to see. And then we are going to see the 5 phases of hackers. Okay, 5 phases, that is 5 steps of hackers. First step is footprinting and reconnaissance. And second step is scanning. Third step is gaining access. Fourth step is maintaining access. Fifth step is clearing logs and tracks. Okay, for footprinting and reconnaissance, there are many job opportunities available out there for the first phase of hacking. And for the second phase of hacking, which is scanning, there are many job opportunities like network administrator, system administrator, and all. And for third, fourth, and fifth phase of hacking, there are many job opportunities in forensic departments. Okay, and after learning this, in each and every phase of hacking, we'll have different tools and types of techniques which we'll be using in order to perform that type of phase of hacking. Okay, and then afterwards, we are going to get inside system hacking, where we'll be hacking a live Windows system in here. Okay, in system hacking practically. Okay, and then malware threats. We are going to not only discuss about malware threats, we are going to do it. Okay, we are going to write a virus. We are going to do our Trojan, a Trojan, a spyware. We are going to practically do a worm. Okay, and we are going to discuss about adwares, clickjacking, rootkits, and all. Okay, types of malwares. And then sniffing, biggest threat for an organization. What is the biggest threat for an organization? Biggest threat for an organization is insider threat. Okay. So what is this insider threat? Let's say you are a recruiter. Will you know by seeing someone's face who attends interview, we can't decide that this person is innocent or this person is an illegal person. Okay. So, there are many illegal people out there. They'll have a innocent face and they'll attend the interview. They obviously black hat hacker, the illegal people will be having they will be strong and technically they'll be strong. Okay, so what they'll do is they can easily crack the interview and they'll be getting a goodwill against them in interview, like in that organization. Okay, so what will this person do is this innocent looking guy is actually a black hat hacker. What he'll do is when he joins as a employee of an organization, that means employees of that organization will be getting the network connection. That is, they'll be connected to that organization's network. So if a hacker gets connected to the network of someone, it will be easier for him to hack it. Okay. So what this person will do is he'll get privileged access because he's connected to same network of the organization. So he'll leak the sensitive information out there. He might sell the sensitive information in dark web of that organization, and it's a big loss for that organization. How should people avoid these kind of attacks, insider threat? By constantly monitoring the data which is traveling in their network. If they constantly sniff them, they'll be able to monitor, and then they can block this person from sending out some sensitive data outside their organization. It's called sniffing. And then next thing is social engineering. We'll be using Wireshark tool in sniffing. So we'll be seeing that also practically. And social engineering, we have phishing attack, smishing attack, wishing attack, and homography attack. Like that, we have many attacks in social engineering. So what is phishing attack? Phishing attack means nowadays you'll be getting phishing emails and all. Okay, in your emails, fake links and all, and also you'll be getting fake web pages, okay, which exactly looks like original pages, but they are fake. Okay, so when you enter your username and password, your credentials will be harvested by the hacker. Okay, so that also we'll be seeing how to create a fake page and how to send this link to your victim and all. That we'll see in social engineering. Nowadays, we are having this COVID thing, okay, phishing spams. So they'll be saying that visit this link and you'll be getting medical attentions and all kind of things. So many people are sending this, okay, COVID scams. So like that, we have many phishing attacks which are happening every day throughout this world. So we'll be seeing that. And then denial of service. What is denial of service? Denial of service means every website will be having a server. Every server will be having a bandwidth. Let's say there is a website server which is having a bandwidth where it can accept 1,000 requests at a time. So me as a hacker, what I'll do is I'll send 10,000 requests to this web server, okay, to this website. So what will happen? My 10,000 requests will occupy the bandwidth of that website. And if a normal person tries to visit that website, he cannot, okay, because the server will deny his request. So why is server denying his request? Because hacker has occupied the whole bandwidth. All right, so that is called denial of service. In that we have DDoS, distributed denial of service. So we are going to see practically, we'll be seeing DOS attack on a system also. On any device also we can do DOS attack. On any website also you can do DOS attack. So we'll be seeing that practically. And then session hijacking. Session hijacking means, let's say there is a website which is having login page, username and password page you have, and you have typed your username and password. All right. So what happens when you click on login? This username and password will go to the web, the database of that particular website, and that website will be comparing the username and password with its database. And if it is matching, if the data is matching, then what it will do? It will, it will authenticate that person and lets him log in inside. Okay, but in here, what happens is session ID is also assigned to this person. Session ID. Once you log in inside your account, session ID is like an authentication token. So what happens with the session ID is whenever you request that Facebook, okay, you don't have to log in again and again once you log in, because the authentication token is appended to the request which your browser is sending to the server. Okay, your browser has local storage. In that local storage, session IDs, cookies, and saved passwords will be there. So whenever you're visiting facebook.com, your request will be appended to that, local storage request will be appended to the request which you are sending to facebook.com, and facebook.com will see that there is an authentication token with you. So it will not ask you to log in again. Okay. So that is the use of session ID. But what happens with this, what is the disadvantage of this is, in few websites, there is session management issues. Okay, there are 9 ways of session management issues and all. So because of this, what happens is, when a hacker gets compromises your browser, he'll be able to steal your sessions, he'll be able to steal your cookies, he'll be able to steal your saved passwords. Okay, because of this, what happens? Because of this, what happens is, this hacker will be able to log in inside your account without your username and password by using the session ID. Okay, with session ID, the hacker can log in inside your account without your username and password if that website is having session management issue. So we'll be seeing that. That is called session hijacking. And coming to your hacking web servers, we are going to hack a Linux server in here, and then a Lively, and then we are going to see vulnerability analysis. We are going to see tools like Burp Suite, OWASP, Zap, Nessus, and all. And then hacking web applications, we are going to see, we are going to see cross-site scripting attack and SQL injection attack. Okay, in here we are going to get a basic understanding on web application penetration testing, a small intro to web application. And then after completing that, we are going to get inside wireless hacking, where we are going to see how to hack Wi-Fi manually. And then we are going to get inside IDS, IPS, firewalls, honeypots and all. IDS means intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention systems. And we are going to discuss about types of firewalls, and we are going to discuss about honeypots. What are honeypots? Honeypots are traps for hackers. Okay, so we are going to discuss about that. And then hacking mobile application platforms. In hacking mobile application platform, we are going to see hacking, how to hack an Android mobile. And then next we are going to get inside IoT hacking. In IoT hacking, we are going to discuss what IoT devices are and how are they being hacked. We can get inside CC cameras of airport. We can get inside CC cameras of banks so easily. So why are IoT hack devices so less secure, and how to secure them? What are the countermeasures for them? So we are going to see that in IoT. And in cloud, we are going to discuss what cloud is, and what if an hacker enters inside a cloud storage of organization. Okay, what happens to the what consequences to the should that organization face? Okay, and next thing is, how will that organization detect that some hacker has entered inside his that cloud storage? And third thing is, we are going to see how that organization will throw him outside the cloud storage if it finds that a hacker is inside its cloud storage. So we will be seeing that. And then cryptography is important. So there is a, if you know properly what cryptography is and algorithms in that, you can become a crypt analyst. There is a job role called crypt analyst, which has a huge demand out there. Okay, with huge salaries and all, crypt analyst is a very good field. So anyways, in cryptography, we are going to see what is encryption, what is decryption, what is symmetric key, what is asymmetric key, public key, private key. All these things we'll be seeing in cryptography. All right. And after learning all these 20 modules, we are going to get inside OWASP Top 10, Open Web Application Security Project. So this is an open source organization. This is a non-profitable organization. OWASP is a non-profitable organization. It's a security standard of a web application. Okay, so these people, what they'll do is every they'll be monitoring the attacks which are happening in day-to-day life, and every year they'll monitor, they'll write, note down the report, and they'll make top 10 attacks. Okay, most commonly found vulnerabilities in a website, they'll keep it as a top 10 attacks. So if you see in OWASP top 10, we have injection, broken authentication, like that, we have top 10, right? Top 10 means it's not that we are, it's only 10 attacks. For example, if it is an injection attack, we have sub attacks in that. So we have SQL injection, HTML injection, XML injection, like that. We have types of command injection and all. Okay, and then broken authentication and session management, we have 9 session management issues. Like that, in each and every attack, we'll have sub attacks. For example, cross-site scripting. We have reflected, stored-based, DOM-based attacks. Okay, cross-site scripting, like that. So we'll be doing all these attacks practically. We'll be doing a lab setup, and we'll be doing our attacks on that. And also we'll be doing on live websites also. I'll be showing you live websites also. And what is the advantage of learning web penetration testing? There are two advantages for you guys. One is you can be, okay, you can be a freelancer, okay, freelance bug bounty hunter, and you can work for an organization in VAPT roles, vulnerability and assessment and penetration testing roles also you can work. So we know if you work for organization, that's fine. But what is the freelancing opportunity which other fields don't have? Okay, like this, any pandemic situations or anything cannot affect this. So I'll tell you what are the opportunities out there. So this is one of the platform. Bugcrowd is one of the platform. There are 18 platforms for bug bounty hunting. Okay, that means what happens is these programs will be set. Okay, so there are many organizations which will keep their before releasing their application into market, before deploying their application into market, they need the security checkups. Okay, so what you guys can do after learning this penetration testing is you guys will be able to do penetration testing on these applications. So can you see this? Each bug which you find can give up to from $100 to $10,000 depending on the severity of the vulnerability you find. Okay, there are companies which give you $100,000 also. Okay, so like this, you'll have many projects you can go. There are two advantages in here. Money is secondary. Money is secondary. The first thing you are going to get, first important thing you are going to get is acknowledgement from the company. Okay, the company will say that thanks for securing our organization. As a reward, we'll be giving you this much amount of bounty. Okay, so let's leave the bounty, but the acknowledgement. Just imagine if you're having 15 to 20 companies acknowledge you within 6 months or so, or 1 year, 15 to 20 companies have acknowledged you, and you applying for any organization with 15, 20 companies saying that thanks for securing our organization. It's like, you know, it adds a lot of weightage to your resume, and no website, no company can reject you because you are having a real-time experience. You have done almost 15, 20 projects. Okay, so you are having a real-time experience. You'll be getting a real-time experience if you do this. Okay, if you will be successful in this web penetration testing and all. Okay, this is the advantage for you guys. Either you can do freelancing like this, you can do bug bounty sitting at home, and you don't need to worry about any pandemic situations out there. Okay, so that is one opportunity. Or if you want to work for an organization, you can work for an organization with that. Okay, so is that fine? Did you guys get an idea what you're going to learn?
Yes, Karthik, yes, fine.
Yes. And any queries? Any doubts regarding this?
Somehow fine. Yep.
Yes.
Yes, you can go. The other person.
Okay, so yeah, Siddharth, you can ask.
Okay, I had a doubt. What are cookies actually?
Okay, so see, sessions, cookies and all, normally what happens is session ID is like an authentication token, but cookies are like you have raw data of your username and password.
Okay.
So what happens is if you're having cookies, if a hacker is having your cookie, so he can get inside your login page without your username and password. So what is the difference between session and cookies in here? With session you can log in inside. With cookies also you can log in inside, but there is a difference. Sessions you can only log in until your victim is logged in inside his account. If victim logs out, that session will expire. But whereas cookies will not. Cookies has raw data of username and password. So even though you victim logs out of his account, you will be able to log in.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, any other queries? I guess
Sir, Rudresh here.
Yeah. What is your name?
Rudresh.
Yeah, Rudresh. Yes.
Sir, is there is any prerequisite for this course?
Prerequisites are we need a computer, we need a PC. All right. So we need a PC which is having i5 processor, and it should be 8th gen. The minimum requirement is i5 8th gen and 8 GB of RAM. All right. Is there anyone who is having lesser specifications than this? There is an alternative for that. If you have lesser specification than i5 8th gen and 8 GB of RAM, then you can just ask me. I'll be telling an alternative for that. Even if you're having i3 or less than I GB of RAM, you can still do it. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
I don't think my PC has 8 GB RAM.
Okay. So the all there is a sound which is coming from you. Yeah. So Siddharth, if you are not having either if you are not having i3 processor, or if you are not having 8 GB of RAM, even though you have i5, i7 processor or i9. So the thing is, there is two alternatives. One is either you can, do dual booting. Okay. Either you can do dual booting. That means you can run Windows and Kali Linux. We'll be using an operating system called Kali Linux in here. So either you can do dual booting, wherein you can run Windows and Kali Linux simultaneously, or you have to remove your Windows operating system and install your Kali as your host machine, as your main operating system. Okay. So that will be fine. Or if at all you are having more than i5 processor, i5 8th gen RAM, i5 8th gen processor, then what you can do is either you can go to your company showroom and tell them to extend RAM. So 8 GB RAM will be costing around 3,500 rupees or so. Okay, your company showroom will be expanding your RAM if you want. Okay, that means if you extend 8 GB of RAM, previously you have 4. 4 plus 8, 12 GB of RAM you'll be having. Okay, either you can do that, or you can do dual booting, or install your Kali Linux as your host machine, main operating system. Okay.
Sir, generation would be not a problem, right? Is it?
No, not much problem. It doesn't make, if it is 7th gen, 8th gen, it doesn't make much difference.
Because I have i5 processor, but the problem is I don't have. Probably mine is around second generation.
What is your clock speed?
It's 3 gigahertz, I think.
3 gigahertz. Yeah, that's fine then. It will work. Yeah. It will not work if it is something like 1.8, 2.4 gigahertz and all. That will not work much. But if it is 3, that's fine. It's good. Yeah. Any more queries? Hello. No. How did you guys find this course? Like, was it interesting, or like what did you guys feel? How was it? Guys, interact. You can interact, guys.
Yes, Karthik, it's good as of now.
It's good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I hope everyone's doubts are clear. So if it is not, just ask your
Hello.
queries.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
The question is, what about the person who doesn't have any IT background? He just got into, high school pass out kind of thing. It doesn't have any IT background. In that sense, how would you recommend to start? Because,
See,
it
first,
requires networking.
yeah. First, the advantage is we are going to learn networking. Okay, from basics, we are going to start from internet.
Mhm.
where the internet started. From that basics, we are going to start, and we are going to get inside networking. We are going to cover networking. Then we are going to get inside ethical hacking. So it will be from scratch. There are no prerequisites. You have to be pro in coding or pro in networking and all. No, if you have
Okay.
the PC, we can start off the sessions.
Okay.
Will be understanding.
Okay. Okay. What about so? One question more than what you said requirement. Can we use VMware Workstation for that
Yeah,
even?
that is what we are going to use. If you are having i5 8th gen process, more than i5 processor, then you can use virtual machine or virtual box. So
Sure.
you can see
Okay.
this is your lab setup you'll be doing. So as if
Okay. Okay. How long is the course going to be?
it is going to be around 30 hours.
30 hours?
Yeah, 30 hours.
It probably is going to get so per hour a day, then 1 hour a day
Yeah,
kind of
1
thing, or
month. Yeah, 1 hour a day.
1 month.
It's going
1
to
month.
go
Okay.
around 1 month, 25 to 30 hours.
Okay. Okay. So at the end, when the course is done, we'll be able to get into attacks and get into pen
Yeah,
testing as well,
it's
or
like,
is it
see,
separately?
I'm not giving you false hopes or something,
Sure.
but it
Right.
takes time for us to practice.
Right.
Okay,
Right. Right.
every one
Yeah.
hour we spend, you need to spend 4 hours. 1:4 ratio it should be. So
Correct.
according to the IQ of that person, so it might take an average guy, it might take 3 months to do practice, or 3 to 4 months at least to practice. But who is having high IQ, he can do it in 1 month or 2 months. Okay. If he's having like below average student, then it might take 6 months or so. But within 6 months, he'll be able to do even in any person. Like it's all about you investing time in here. Practice, invest time, and you're going to do wonders in here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks.
Yes. Any more queries?
Karthik, I have one question.
Uh-huh.
Will be able to, after completing this course, will be able to get any job where we have totally background of no experience in cyber security?
Okay. As a fresher, yes, you will be able to get into job. You'll be getting job opportunities. I'll tell you why. What is the advantage of this course is, first thing is, no, this is the market strategy out there. Okay, so I wantedly attend interviews, and I'll be designing a course which is closer to the organization. Okay, so for example, what happens is, as I told you, this 20 modules which are there. It is every training institute out there will be teaching you this. Okay, till from this 20 module, from this cryptography till this ethical hacking, from this ethical hacking to cryptography, everyone will be teaching you this. So what happened is, people will say that if you learn this 20 modules, that is CH modules, you will be able to get a job. But that's not true actually. Okay. So actually what happens is, if 100 people attend an interview, out of 180 people will be knowing this CH modules. Okay. The CH module, 80 people will definitely know about it. So if you are one among 80 people, definitely it is like less chances to get a job. Okay. But if you learn networking, okay, if you learn networking, you can filter half of them. You'll become one among 40 to 50 people out here. Okay, so it's like there is still not a good opportunity. 40 to 50, one among 40 to 50 people is also not a good sign. But in here we are going to learn OWASP top 10. Okay, this OWASP top 10 we are going to learn how to do hacking and also countermeasures for them, because in interviews mostly they'll be asking you countermeasures. Okay, and if you are perfect in this OWASP, CH, and networking, then you'll become one among 5 people or 10 people out there. Okay, so that is anywhere you go in any industry, if you create your own identity, you'll definitely get into a job. So same way, if you want to create an identity in here, you have to know something which other people don't know. That is how you can filter out people. So that is where we have designed a course wherein we can get into job perspective, we have designed this course. And definitely, for example, if they ask you 10 questions, 3 questions or 5 questions will be there from networking itself. Okay.
I have a question. What about, you said mention about the mobile hacking, right? Mobile hack. So you're just doing Android? You're doing Mac?
Android hacking.
Okay.
In iOS hacking, what happens is you need to do jailbreaking.
Right.
Okay. So you can write a Trojan for that, but you have to jailbreak and install third-party application. In iOS phones, you can't install third-party applications directly, right? So you have to jailbreak.
Right. One more question then. If you're doing SQL injection, you have to know SQL query though, right?
Yes. We have to know SQL query. That I'll be teaching you. I'll be teaching you SQL. I'll be teaching you a little bit about JS, JavaScript. Okay.
Okay.
Like, see, as an ethical hacker, what happens is, it's not that you can avoid coding totally. Okay. So, but as an ethical hacker, you don't have to be pro in coding. So what happens in here is, as an ethical hacker, we shouldn't be defacing any website and showing them that, yeah, we have defaced your website. No, we shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't be defacing any website. That means we have to not make any changes permanently in a website. Okay, that shouldn't be affecting permanently. So, that defacing of a website will be done by an black hat hacker, not us. So what we have to do is we have to prove that their website will get defaced. Okay, so to deface a website, we need 100, 200 or 300 lines of code. But to show them that their website will get defaced, we just need 1 or 2 lines of code. All right. So that is why I'm saying we can't completely avoid coding, but we can understand it. It's just 1 or 2 lines of codes and all. All the payloads will be available out there. We can use those payloads also.
Nowadays, I see nowadays they're using more tools instead of coding. There's every pre-built.
We'll be using tools.
And pocket second,
yeah, we'll be using tools also. We'll be using manual testing is given more preference than automated. Okay, so more than why automated testing is not given that preference. Automated testing is also given preference, but when compared to manual, automated is not given that preference, because in automated testing we'll use tools wherein we just have to give the website URL and it will do the attacks and all automatically. But the problem with automated testing is what happens is you'll get false negatives and false positives. So what are these false negatives and false positives? That means sometimes what happens is, even though there is no vulnerability existing, even though there is no loophole in that website, it will show there is a loophole sometimes. And even though there is a loophole in that website, sometimes it will show that there is no loophole in that website. Okay, false negatives and false positives will be coming up. So you can't rely on this automated testing a lot. Only 60% reliability you can be like 60% reliable on them. So we'll do both automated and manual, both testings. Okay. Is that fine?
Yes, Karthik.
Yes. So yeah, is there anyone who is having any doubts? Anyone else? No, all clear? Okay. Yeah, guys, if you're having any doubts, you can ask, or else, this is it about our course, and we guys can disperse. And if you are having any queries related to when the course is starting and about the remaining things about the course and all, you can ask the organizer. She'll be helping you with that. Okay.
Karthik, is there is any advanced course after this we need to do?
After this, for getting a job as a fresher?
Yes.
For getting a job as a fresher, this will be enough. After getting into jobs and all, you can do advanced courses like ECSA and all. So for getting into job, this will be enough for sure.
Yeah, Karthi, one more question from my end.
Mm-hmm.
See, I have been into 17 years, right? So how far I can be placed into these hacking, or can be done freelancing or that can be a company.
So one thing is,
Yeah.
right now, can I ask what is the package you are? What is
Yeah, around,
the current package of yours?
yeah, around 1.5.
1.5 per month. Okay.
Yes.
So the thing is, you can't expect as a fresher you to get 1.5 right now.
Yeah.
As a fresher, it's not possible to get 1.5. Again, you have to start. But the thing is, if you are already getting 1.5, you don't have if you don't have to risk your job in here. Okay, you can do freelancing. You can do bug bounty hunting. You can sit every day. You can spend like 2 hours of time at night or morning times, and you can do bug bounty, and you can get you can earn. Okay, so in freelancing, there is no restriction for you guys. So can you see they are going to
Yes.
100 to $10,000 and all. So it's like, $100 means it's like 7,500, 8,000 rupees or so. It is around that. Okay,
Okay.
that's the minimum thing you are going to get for the least vulnerable bug. For the
Okay.
level, you'll be getting around 10,000 and all, which is which is around 7.5 lakhs or so.
Yeah, I understand. But what is the problem is once you get into the system, only you'll be knowing about the familiarity
Yes,
and you'll
yes,
get
yes,
it. Yeah,
yes.
that's
So that is what the thing is. Not everyone will be big successful in this career. So
okay.
there are people who are earning in millions in here. There are people who are earning around $100 or so in this field. Okay.
Yeah, it depends upon the
It depends on the
capability.
it
Capability.
depends on the caliber of that
Yes.
person.
Yeah,
So
correct.
if you say my personal experience as an average student, I started my career in my second year graduation itself. Okay, so it took me 4 months to learn this ethical hacking and cybersecurity, this bug bounty. Okay,
Okay.
after 4 months of me getting trained, what I did was I have started my testing on live websites. Okay,
Okay.
so within 4 days, the first 4 days of my career, live website, I have hacked 8 companies. Okay,
Okay.
which 6 gave me bounty and 2 gave me job opportunities in my third year itself. From my third year, I worked full time. I didn't go to my college, and definitely I have completed it by writing exams. But I started working in companies since my third year of my BTech, and it helped me a lot. And to tell you, I have 3+ years of experience, but I'm 2019 BTech grad. Okay,
Okay.
last BTech pass out, and currently my package is 20.8 lakh per annum. Okay, being 1 year, but it's
1
not.
year.
I'm not telling that everyone will be getting the same amount of package. Okay, so there are people who are getting in crores. There are people who are getting in 4 lakh or 5 lakh as a basic package. Okay.
And also, how about the certifications for this? You want to have any prerequisite for it or any
So
hands-on?
if you do CH certificate, it will be better. Okay, there
Okay.
are things in here. If you get acknowledgement from the companies, you don't have to prove yourself. You can
Okay.
show them this acknowledgement. But if you didn't get acknowledgement, but still you want to get inside industry, you have a certificate because, so for example, I'm a recruiter. Think and recruiter point of view. When he
Okay.
see your resume, like hundreds of people will be giving resume, and everyone will be keeping that I know these concepts. Okay.
Yes.
So how will I believe that this person will know? I can't give time for hundreds of people, right? Okay. So it's like, I have to see something in your resume which attracts me. Either I have to see that company is acknowledging you so that I'll get to know that you have a real-time experience, or I have to see some certificate, international certificate in your resume so that, I'll be like, okay, this person has wrote exam and he got more than 70%. So he might be having at least minimum knowledge. So I can spend time. It is what to call him and spend some time and asking questions. So the certifications will help you to attend interview, but your knowledge will help you to crack that interview. Okay.
Thanks, Karthi. Thanks for the input
Yeah,
and thanks for the session.
sure, thank you. Right.
Karthik, is doing certification mandatory for any fresher to join this?
That is what I told. Like if you're having something in your resume that attracts you, you don't need certificate. So for example, if you're having acknowledgement, like I said, told you, no one will be asking, no one will be even looking for any certificate, because you're having like 10 to 15 companies acknowledge you. That will be enough, which is more valuable than certificate. Okay, but if you're not having certificate and you want to enter inside organization, like it's difficult. Like you don't have any acknowledgement, you don't have any certificate, but you want to enter. It's not impossible, but it is very difficult. Okay, either you have to have a certificate or you have to have acknowledgement. But if you have both certificate and acknowledgement from company, that will be more than sufficient.
So will you be able to guide us on this path?
Yes, definitely. I have connections with the regional head managers of EC Council, European Council. So, that certification, EC Council certifications are valid throughout 195 countries, international certifications. So I can help you out with that. Okay, I can make sure that, you'll be getting it for lesser costs, right? From the basic certification of EC Council will be costing around 35,000 or so to write an exam.
Okay.
I can make sure that you get it for lesser cost, maybe 5,000 or 10,000 less than what they give you directly. Okay, so
Okay.
I can refer you guys and do that. All right, any security certificate, not only about EC Council. Okay. Yeah.
So it will be daily 1 hour session.
Yeah, daily 1 hour session. Daily 1 hour.
So
You don't have attested bi-weekly or something like that?
You want weekly classes?
Yeah, weekends or not weekly, weekends.
Weekends.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep any weekend classes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. It's like I work for 14 hours a day.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So I want this also I took just for demo. I'll take Saturdays and Sundays. But
Yeah, understand. Yes, correct. That's how we operate. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Thanks, Karthi. Just want to know.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time, and
Yeah.
it was a nice interacting with you. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. And it was nice meeting you all. Yeah.
Thank you, Kant.